What's good, my peoples? Day three, day three, day three. It's a great day. It's Friday. I guess a lot of people like Friday. Even though Friday just another day for me, I guess, but a lot of people like Friday. Why? I guess because it's Friday, right? I don't know. Nah, a lot of people get off, so they enjoy it or whatever. Oh, oh shit! I swallowed. Went down the wrong windpipe. Holy moly! It's not a good way to start, right? Start off by choking. Holy moly! Mm. Mm. Oh man, that was not a good start. Anyways, I guess that's the Friday guys that came for me for acting like Fridays don't mean something. Okay, I acknowledge it means something. Friday means something, okay? Sorry. Take it back. Take it back. It's a great day. It's a great, meaningful day. So, oh man, I didn't turn my heater on for my coffee. I'm like, why is it getting so cold? Like, I didn't turn my freaking heater on. So I might have to let it sit there for a while to really get warmed up for me. But anyway, so we got a great day ahead. We are going to jump into pretty much number three of the four transformation. No, actually, we're only on number two. What am I talking about? Okay, I lied. I forgot the first day was just more informational stuff. Yesterday, we kind of talked about focus. So if you didn't get a chance to check out yesterday, I actually did two videos yesterday. I did one during the day. I did one at night. Ooh, sorry about that. So if you haven't got a chance to check that out, make sure you check out Focus. Because today we're going to be talking about time management. But before you can really make time management happen, you definitely need to make sure that you know what to focus on in order to delegate that time to the right thing. So, and if you're not, then that's not good. So then you'll be that stop and start. And it'd be kind of like my previous life where that's all I did. I was going on this merry-go-round and I just couldn't get off because I never started with focus. I mean, I'm not gonna say I never started with focus, but I never truly understood what I should be focusing on because I was focusing on the big picture, not the little picture like I talk about. And when you do that, it's gonna make it hard to stay consistent because you end up overwhelming yourself, which is what I did a lot, just overwhelm myself because I just wasn't focusing on the right things, which kind of sucks for the most part, especially stopping and starting. I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to that, where that stop and start is just, it wear you down, man. Sometimes it defeats you, it gets you, and it puts you down for a while, and you're not yourself, and you just like, oh man, it defeats you. It defeats you. But so today we're going to talk about time management. Time management is very important, right? Without time management, you're not going to get stuff done, right? You're not going to get stuff done efficiently. You can get stuff done, but it's not going to be efficiently. You're going to be kind of all over the place. Time management is a big thing. Time period. Let's take a step back. Let's kind of talk about time. I think a lot of people kind of underestimate time. They kind of disrespect time. Let's put it like that. A lot of people disrespect time. They don't think time is as valuable as it is. Now, time is the most valuable resource. The most valuable resource. The reason why I say that is because you never get that time back. Once time is gone, It's gone, man. You'll never get it back. Anything else in life, you can get back. Anything. Money, car, house, clothes, friends, family, job. You can get it back. You can get it back. But time, when it's gone, it's gone. You're not going back to when you was a kid. You're not going back to when you was a teenager. You're not going back when you was a young adult, depending on how old you are, obviously. You're not going back, right? You're not going back to being a baby. So you just never get it back. And we waste so much time. I like to kind of put time in perspective, right? I say, think about $100 bill, right? So you got this $100 bill, right? Because we all know money, or we've seen money or dealt with money, right? So think about that $100 bill, right? That $100 bill represents your day. So let's just say you had that $100 bill, right? Let's say you spend $25. You go out to eat. Now you need that money to pay your bills at the end of the month, right? You need that money. But yet you still go spend it. Now, what do you do with that other $75? Do you keep it? Or do you just go blow that too? Sometimes people do go blow a little more, but you're not getting rid of it, right? You're going to keep that $75 and you're going to make use with it. You're not just going to say, I spent $25 of my 100, now I can't pay my rent. So the other 75, I'm just finna throw it out the window or give it away to somebody. You're going to keep that. You're going to keep that $75 and you're going to do something good with it. Now, like I said, that $100 bill, think about your day, right? You got 24 hours, right? In a day. So let's split that $100 bill up. Let's split that 24 hours up. Let's say we take 8 hours, right? And we just have a horrible 8 hours. Our first day is just terrible, right? Like our morning was just like the worst and it carried over. What normally happens when that happens? We go into a shell. And what do we do with those other 16 hours? You throw them away. Because the simple fact is, what you say is, oh, well, I killed today. Like, today is just a bad day. I'm just not feeling good. I got a headache, or my stomach hurt, or I'm just sad. Like, today's not a good day. I'm going to sleep it off, or I'm just going to sit and relax. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be better. So that $100 bill, you use 25, you don't throw the other 75 away. But with our time, if we have a bad 8 hours, we throw the other 16 hours away. Because we sit there and say, oh, it's always tomorrow that I'm going to be better. And I'm going to utilize that time tomorrow because today is already over. That's where you go wrong. You are throwing away precious time because you have one bad moment. If you have a bad run with money, you don't throw it away. If time is more valuable than money, then why would you continue to throw away your hours? Why? Why do we continue to throw away our hours? Ask yourself that. I can't answer it for you. I can answer it for me. In the past, I used to do the same thing. I used to throw time away, and I'd be like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow come, and your probability is very low that you're still gonna do something tomorrow, or even the next day. Eventually, you wake up, but you waste so much time. We all do. At some point, we wasted time, or you might be wasting time right now. Today, you wasted time by sitting there and saying, you know what? I'm going to put that off, because we always put off things. Because we always figure we got tomorrow. Yes, you might have tomorrow, right? But why wouldn't you stack that time up? So if I still got 16 hours today, And then I got another 24 hours tomorrow, right? Why wouldn't you use all that? That's like saying I got $75 and now you're going to give me another $100, so now I got $175. Don't you see that as a good thing, right? You got more money, you got more time, right? To make things happen. So you have to start respecting time and stop just wasting it. Now, I'm not saying you can't enjoy your life, you can't enjoy days. That's not what I'm saying. But stop throwing away time because you feel bad about what happened in the morning, or you feel bad what happened during the day at work. Because a lot of times we sit there and say we want to do something after we get off work. We want to do a business, or we want to, maybe play with our kids, or we want to, maybe go out with our friends, whatever it might be. You have that bad day at work, all of a sudden, I'm not doing it. I don't feel like it. Why do you do that to yourself? Why do you not value the time in your life? Until you start valuing that time, time is not going to value you. You are going to continue to be that person that sit there and say, I don't have enough time for this. I don't have enough time for that. It's because you're not valuing the time in your day. So an easy way for you to value your time is to break your time up. 24 hours is a long time, right? Just like $100. A lot of times in our bank account, what we do is we got a checking, we got a savings, right? Because we know if all that money in our checking, we're going to spend it. So we put some in our savings so we don't touch it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? So why don't you split your time up like that? What I do with my clients is I break their day up. I kind of talked about a little bit yesterday, where one day is 3 days. You break your day up in 8-hour slots, right? So when you wake up, take me, I wake up at 6 in the morning. So 6 to 2 o'clock is my first day. Right now, I just started my second day. So I'm in day 2 making this video. I already had a whole day this morning doing a whole bunch of other stuff. This is my second day today right now. So the thing is, I split mine up. So 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's day 2 for me, right? And then from 10 to 6 a.m., that's day 3. Now, yes, day 3, I sleep a lot in day 3, but I do get some things accomplished because typically I go to bed, I try to be in the bed around 11. So I still get a good hour in day 3. But I know day 3 is rest. That's where I'm going to get my energy. That's where I'm going to get my focus. There's nothing wrong with that. Day 3, I want to be productive, just like day 1 and day 2. But if I go to bed like at 2 o'clock in the morning, or even 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm only getting like 5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. That was a horrible day 3. So you want to break your day up in days, because 24 hours is a lot. Just like if you got a whole bunch of money in that bank account, you want to split it up, savings, checking, right? Because you want to be able to utilize it. You want to be able to be efficient with it and make sure it served its purpose. So when you can split your day up, I just talked about it, you have that bad morning and you're like, man, my morning sucked, right? I'm going to make sure I'm better tomorrow. Guess what? Tomorrow is only in a couple hours or so. Say if that's at 12 o'clock for me and I had a whole bad morning, right? 6 hours was horrible. I got 2 hours that I'm be like, man, like I can't wait till today is over. Guess what? 2 o'clock, my day starts again. I'm refreshed. I hit the reset button. I'm ready to go again. To be productive in day 2. And that's what you must do. You have to split up your days. I'm telling you. It makes going through your day so much easier. It's not as complicated. When you can split it up, I'm telling you, you get more out of your day. When I went to 3-day days, when I went to 3-a-days, like in sports, if you ever play football and stuff, you got 2-a-days, and at some point you did have 3-a-days. But I'm at 3-a-days because you could be so much more efficient, right? It's like when I talked about yesterday, it was either yesterday or the day before, and I was talking about me with sports and how when I would get up, and I believe it was yesterday because I was talking about focus. And when I would get up and then my day, I would do all my training in the morning, right? Because I didn't know how to create that focus. I didn't know where I should break that focus up. Like I said, in the morning, I should be, doing more long distance running and stuff to build up my endurance and stuff. Then in the middle of the day, I'm doing my power, I'm doing my weightlifting. And then at night, I'll do more, agility and stuff like that. So, but I had to, if I broke it up, I would have been a lot better off, right? But I wasn't doing that. So when I start actually breaking my days up, my days start going so much smoother because I wasn't overwhelming myself with this 24 hours and I got to get X amount done in this day and, into the next day. And then also too, when I was going into more of those kind of depression states and, anxiety moments and stuff, I was able to hit that reset button. Because typically when I had them depressed moments, it started off in the morning. I wake up and a lot of times I felt fine in the morning. Like it wasn't, nothing. But then as soon as I get into that bathroom, and start just kind of thinking about my day, I just start overwhelming myself, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about a week from now and everything I haven't done and everything I need to do. It got me depressed. And a lot of times you feel like a failure, and you're just like, man, and I just couldn't get it together. And I would go into a shell and I would waste 24 hours, man. And I would just watch some TV, sit on the couch or something, just kind of sit there, daydream a little, just trying to get up out of it. And then sometimes it lasted for a week or more, where I'm just in this freaking shell of myself and I cannot get the freak out. And I lost a lot of valuable time. Now, fast forward now, because obviously, depressed states happen. I don't care who you are, if you got everything going for you, it's still moments where you get those moments where it's a lot weighing on you, But now that I break up my days into 3 days, it relieves that stress. Because I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do in the morning. I know where I'm focusing, right? Day one, I know what I'm focusing on. It doesn't overwhelm me. Because then I, boom, cut it off, right? And then I know I'm going to go back to work that next day, right? And then I move on to my next day. And then I be my best. And then I move on to my next day. And my focus is mainly in my third day is sleep. That is my main focus, But I focus on all the little things leading up to bed. Because I know all those little things will create me not to go to sleep like I'm supposed to. Like if I'm trying to still work and, trying to push myself. And then what that does is that creates me to snack. And then I start eating more. And then it's a habit, right? We talk about that, or I talked a little bit about it. We haven't really talked about it yet. But obviously in phases, you know what I'm saying? We want to start building, right? We want to start stacking because habits stack on top of each other. Whether they positive or negative, your habits are going to stack. And when I'm not focused on what I need to focus on, or if you're not focused on what you need to focus on, then those habits stack, whether they positive or negative. If you start really seeing them, and eventually you will, if you stick with me and you continue to follow me, you will start seeing the patterns with yourself. And you will start seeing what you're building, what you're creating, because that's what it's about, that vision. If you can't see it, then you can't solve the problem. You'll never have solutions. So, but by me breaking up my day, that allowed me to get out of that funk. Because, okay, fine, I might be in that morning funk and I might let it persist, just kind of let it go, a little bit. Because sometimes you want to be in that state a little bit, and then sometimes it's good just to sit there and almost meditate, Obviously, I don't sit there in sorrow. In the past, I sat there in sorrow because I'm only thinking about problems. But now when I sit there and gather my thoughts, I'm thinking of solutions because I have shifted my mind and how it works. Because now I know it's all about that one moment mindset. And when you can learn to focus on what you need to focus on, you create that one moment mindset. And even when you get in that little depressed state, you can calm yourself down. I used to go, like I said, a week or more to like maybe a couple days to a couple hours. And now it's almost like maybe a couple minutes, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes if I let it, because I can see it happening, like I feel it. I know it's happening. And it's like, okay, do I let it go? Sometimes I let it go just to see where it takes me, because I always talk about you want to be in that observation phase, You always in that observation phase here and there, depending on what you start doing, right? So sometimes you want to let it kind of go, but as long as you can control it, right, then you're going to be good because you're aware, understand, you can control it, right? So there's nothing wrong with letting your mind drift for a little bit just to see where it go. That way you can give yourself solutions, right? Instead of having these problems. But yeah, time is a big thing. So, I mean, I know I got a little bit off there or whatever, but I think that was good. You tell me if that was good. I think it was pretty good. But like, I go back to what I was saying. Time is very valuable. So I just wanted to, what's that word? I want to say something like send it home or something. But anyways, I want it to stick, right? I want it to stick. I want you to start realizing how valuable time is, man. Like, it's valuable. It's very valuable. So you need to stop wasting it. So as of today, stop wasting your time, man. Stop wasting your time. Let's start being more efficient. But anyways, so that's how you break up your day, right? So like I said, you got 3 days. So that one day, you got 3 days. So that's how you're going to start simplifying life. That's how you're going to start simplifying time management in your life. That's how you're going to make it easier for you, is when you start breaking your days up into days. It's going to make time management so much easier to control. But we all need time management, and we always hear like, well, you need to be efficient with your time. You need to do this with your time. And you do, but I'm a strong believer. It's got to be for you, though. A lot of times we don't really understand our life. So therefore, you cannot create a true time schedule. Because I used to be there, man, where I used to, like I said, I can be very disciplined with myself just from sports and stuff like that, where once I started, I'm going to follow through with it for the most part. Now, am I going to be consistent with over time? No, because a lot of times what I created was forced discipline versus flow discipline. And we'll kind of get into that at some point. But a lot of times you force that discipline on yourself, which causes you to not be consistent. But when you create that flow discipline, it allows you to be consistent because you don't even really know you're being disciplined. It's just happening. But time management is very important, man. And if you do not have a game plan for your day, you're going to get lost at some point. Now listen to me and listen to me clearly, right? In the beginning, you don't know what you don't know, right? And a lot of times we try to create this elaborate schedule in the beginning before we even know what we need to be really creating a schedule for. And that's where you go wrong too. I always say you want to start at that start line and not at the finish line. And a lot of times we try to get to that finish line before we get to that start line. Start at the start line, and that's that observation. So in these 4 transformations, you got to start off with observation. Some of the stuff I'm telling you is moving towards that finish line. But we're going to take it back to the basics right at this moment, because I want you to understand is you have to start at that start line. And that's observation. You have to observe what is going on in the beginning. Same thing with that focus. Like, you got to know what's going on in your life for you to know what to focus on. You just ain't gonna automatically start focusing on something when you don't even know your life. Because I'm sitting here telling you right now, you do not know your life like you think you do. I was that person where I was like, I know myself. I was even studying myself for years, but I still didn't really know myself. Because I never allowed myself to go through that observation phase. I always was going straight to the structure, straight to the organized. I was going straight to those, opposed to just slowing down, right? And going through that observation phase, because it is very important to understand what you are creating. Yes, I was aware, but I wasn't truly aware, because it's different levels in being aware, right? As far as when it comes to awareness. I always like to talk about like a smoker or whatever, somebody that smokes cigarettes and stuff like that. You're aware that you smoke, right? But you're not aware of all the little effects, right? The smoking is the big picture, right? Your anxiety, your nervousness, your shyness, all that's the little things, right? And then even within that shyness, you have even smaller things. Even in that nervousness, you have smaller things. So I'm all about truly breaking everything down into little micro things, whatever you want to call it. What's the word I'm looking for? Micro things. We're going to go with that. So you just want to truly break things down, because I always say it's the little things that matter. It's not the big things. So you got to know how to break the big things down. Even the medium-sized things, you got to know how to break them down. Even the small things, you got to know how to break them down till you get to the true surface, right? Because a lot of times we don't get to the true surface. So therefore, life is almost like being a detective, kind of, where all the little things add up, right? If you ever watch like First 48 or Forensics Files, all that little stuff. My wife watch all that stuff. I don't get into it too much or whatever. I think it's not creepy, but it's acquired taste, I would say. So but all the little things matter. When you go to court, right? Trying to prove a case against somebody or your case, right? It's all the little things that matter, right? It's not just, you can't just prove the big point. You got to break it down, right? And little micro things, and you can build your case up. Same thing with life. You got to do the exact same thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you have to start with observation. So with that time management, just start tracking your day, right? That's how you start off. You just kind of start off to see what's going on, like what you doing in the hours, right? And then you write down. In the beginning, yeah, you might not write down everything, but I'm telling you, if you want the process to speed up, then the more you write down, the better. Then the more you go back to reflect, the better. You start learning at a faster rate, obviously, but you want to just start observing your day and kind of what's going on. Where are you falling off? I don't want you to change nothing. So when it comes to that time management and you trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to structure my day to be the best? Yeah, in the morning, you might go to work. So you might go to work for those 8-10 hours, so that time is kind of constructed, but it's still little moments where you have your 15-minute break, where you have your lunch break. Sometimes you have 30 minutes, sometimes you have an hour. You know, you want to start looking at that stuff. And then when you get off work, okay, if you ride home or if you don't have to drive and you work from home, like, what do I do as soon as I get off work? Like, what's going on? Just start checking out and start looking at that time. Okay, I know I get up at 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Boom. Okay. Now just kind of observe that next hour, and then 6 o'clock, observe that hour. Or you might even want to do bigger windows in the beginning. However, whatever fits you, because this is about you, and I want you to understand that. Everything that I teach, everything that I'm going to show you is about you. So you have to read between the lines and you have to make it work for you, right? If 4 hours is more of your cup of tea in the beginning, do the 4 hours, observe the 4 hours. And I guarantee eventually you will start breaking it down to 3 hours, to 2 hours, to 1 hour, to 30 minutes, 15 minutes. You'll be start thinking 5 minutes, like you just be, I'm telling you, eventually your senses, what the spidey senses are going to like kick in with that time management over time, but you got to build it up to that, right? Right? You got to start at that start line and start moving towards the finish line, but you're going to build it up. But whatever works best for you, just go in that observation phase with the time management and just see what's going on. Okay, what's going on? So Monday, okay, look, I was doing this. Oh, Tuesday, wow. So that's when I binge watch on Tuesday, huh? That's when work sucked the most, and I'm getting a little bit more depressed, or I'm getting a little bit more anxiety, whatever it is, you know, or I know I'm supposed to meet up with my boss on Wednesday morning, so my night sucked because I'm just thinking about that all night long, and that throw me off, like all those little things, right? Let's start figuring stuff out, because I always say life has habit connectors, right? Everything connects, just like the money, right? Everything connects. So when you feel it a certain way, chances are it's because something has happened, or it's because something that you think is going to happen. That's life. And it triggered things, you know? It triggers things, right? Your habits get triggered, right? And when they get triggered, you react, right? And then you give yourself a reward, whether it's positive or negative. Whether it's positive or negative, it happens. Because a lot of times we don't even know that negativity is the reward that we give to ourselves, because that's what we have created within ourselves. And you don't think you're negative, but you are. You might not be negative to other people, but you're negative to yourself. So, but that's how you do the time management. So you want to start off with that observation phase, right? So that's the beginning, because that's what we are. Take it back to the basics. We're not finna go deep into the weeds or nothing like that. We're gonna just kiss it, right? Keep it super simple right now. And over time, obviously, we'll get a little more in depth and stuff like that when we start doing the Q&A and all that stuff. But for now, just go into that observation phase with the focus and with the time management. That's it. And just start tracking what's going on, writing it down, and then going back and reflecting on it. You can reflect on it daily, weekly, monthly, however you want to do it. It's completely up to you, whatever's best. Now, truly what I say recommend is don't overwhelm yourself. Don't force that discipline, because I've been there, done that, where I was like, I'm going to write every single day because I want to make sure I write everything down. And then sometimes I was like, I'm going to write every couple hours, and it was too much in the beginning because I wasn't built like that. You know, it's like if you go to the gym, right, and you all of a sudden say you're finna get on that bench press and I'm finna throw up 225 pounds and you ain't been to the gym in months, and I'm finna lift it, right, and you was barely doing 225 when you went to the freaking gym. You think you're finna get in there and start throwing up that 225? No, you're gonna hurt yourself. And then you ain't gonna wanna lift that 225 again. It's the same thing with writing and reflecting. You got to be balanced with stuff. You got to figure out what's best for you, because it matters. I always say, just because it worked for me, do not mean it's going to work for you. So you got to make sure you figure it out for yourself. But that's pretty much time management. So there's not a lot to it, people. Building your dream lifestyle is not a lot to it. It's just having the right plan and the process in place to make it happen. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the plan. I'm going to give you the process. And it's up to you to do it. Only you can make yourself do it. And it's all about, do you want that dream lifestyle, or do you want to continue to live in the lifestyle that you live in? That's what it comes down to. What is important to you? And if the lifestyle you live now is important, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want more, then you probably should listen, because I'm going to give you very valuable information on how to simplify life to create that dream lifestyle. Because a lot of times people say, well, it can't happen to me. My life is already ruined. Ain't no, I'm in a bad situation. It don't matter where you at, because we all got to start somewhere, right? We all got to start somewhere. And it's all about you. So it don't matter where this person started or this person started. You have to create this for you. You have to be better for you. So, but anyways, that's time management. So hopefully you got something out of it. Obviously, I never figured out that video thing. So I wasn't even going to play around with trying to show a video today, because yesterday it was horrible. I went back and watched, and I was just like, oh, that stupid video. So I'll figure that out at some point. You know what I'm saying? I should be fine with an article, though, because it's not a video. So it's not going to have as much bandwidth or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, to make my computers and stuff slow down. So, but I'm gonna put the link to the video in every single video. I'm always put the link in there, so you can always just go check it out. I put the YouTube one where you can go look at each one, or I put my website where you go look at the whole video, and you can see everything or whatever as far as the plan and the process. Because you can get started right now, today. You don't have to wait until, I make tomorrow video. You can get started. And that way, when you watch, you can pick up some little tips and stuff like that. And then you can start implementing them, right now, today, which is going to be very helpful for you. So, but anyways, that was day 3. So I don't know if I'll get on tonight or not. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know 100%. We will see what happened, but hopefully you got something out of today that's gonna help you, because that's my whole goal, is to try to give back and help wherever I can. And obviously I have my contact information and stuff online. If you want to hit me up, or if you can go to my website too, and you can drop me a line, ask me a question, whatever, man. I'm here for you guys. So just let me know, and I'm here. But like, again, hopefully you got something out of today, and I'll definitely be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be talking about discipline. So we'll kind of get into discipline a little bit tomorrow or whatever. And yeah, touch up on that, and we'll just keep moving until we get through everything, and then that's when the fun begins. That's when the fun begins. So, but anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I'm out.